Good morning, Mustang. It's Friday, January 26th, and I'm Allison Chai.
And I am Carson Wheeler. Now for some Mustang headlines. First, Giza drone competition, all-state orchestra finalists, a look at sleep and caffeine, and Mustang Talks is almost here.
Now for our top story. First-time drone competition for Georgia Independent School Association, and FSA stepped in as the host. In a solid showing of competitors, students got to explore the adventures of flight through AI and technologies. Let's turn to Mustang News reporter Amira Islam, who was on site for the event.
It was a competition of challenges and levels that didn't just push the flying machines, but also their pilots. In order to complete drone missions on both sides of a barrier, the pilot relied on their co-pilot's clear verbal instructions to be successful.
Left, back, right, forward.
The competition not only showcased the students' technical abilities, but also tested their collaboration and teamwork. But this competition also had another purpose. Former First LEGO League team members Brooke, Amira, Rohan, and Shreyan jumped at the opportunity to reignite their STEM flames. They were the masterminds behind the scenes, coordinating every little detail of what would become the Giza drone competition.
So I remember all of my great memories as part of FLL and FSA Robotics. So getting to come back here and coach students who are interested in the same things is really a dream for me.
Thinking back to my middle school robotics days, I remember feeling lost and feeling like I needed someone to guide me through the ropes of robotics. So it's really my pleasure to be that person now for the younger members.
I loved coming back to FSA, being able to see how everyone grew. The campus has grown so much, and being able to come back to where I grew up.
Yeah, I still got that Mustang in me, even 4 years after I left. Go Mustangs. Let's go, hit it hard, hit it, go home. We're making the world a better place.
This competition wasn't just about the flying drones. It was a passion project for these STEM enthusiasts and the excitement they had for robotics. The Giza drone competition also just wasn't about the mechanics. It was a reunion for these former LEGO League legends, proving that when passion meets opportunity, the possibilities are endless. For Mustang News, I am Amira Islam.
FSA has 4 students who got into the all-state orchestra. Elena and Aranel in 8th grade, Mia in 7th, and Eric, who is a junior. Students throughout the state of Georgia, grades 6 through 12, in Georgia's orchestra program, are able to audition for this honor to perform. This audition consists of 2 rounds, and if selected, takes place at Classic Center in Athens.
As the spring 2024 semester begins, it is important that students get a healthy amount of sleep and a minimal amount of caffeine. Let's turn to Mustang News reporter Maya Troy with more.
With tests and assignments almost every day, it's easy for students to get overwhelmed. This means they are nowhere close to getting that minimum of 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night. As a result, many students drink coffee to stay awake after a long night of studying. However, unhealthy amounts of caffeine can lead to restlessness, and small amounts of sleep can lead to trouble focusing and learning. Let's see how much caffeine students and staff at FSA get per day.
How much caffeine would you say you consume in a day?
I don't really drink that much, only like once a week, but I don't need it to stay awake in the morning.
I would say I consume about 1 cup of coffee per day.
Roughly 3 to 4 cups of coffee.
Like 1 to 2 Red Bulls.
Probably 1 to 2 cups of coffee.
Consume about a cup and a half, 12 ounces or so of very strong coffee a day.
No caffeine.
Minimum 2 cups.
Now, let's hear how many hours of sleep FSA students and staff get per night.
I get 6 to 7 hours of sleep a night.
Maybe 5 or 6.
I'd say around 6 hours per night, depending on how much work I have.
I try to get my full 8. I sleep from about 9:30 to 5 most nights.
5 or 6.
6 to 7.
Depending on day to day, I would say about 6 hours of sleep on a weekday.
I get about 7.5. However, it could be anywhere between 6 to 7.5, depending on whether I fall asleep or not.
While caffeine does affect sleep time, there are other healthy habits you can start developing now. Various research suggests creating a consistent sleep routine. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Create a sleep-friendly environment. Keep it cool, quiet, and dark. Finally, good diet and exercise. Avoid things like caffeine and heavy meals in the evening, as they can disrupt your sleep. For Mustang News, I am Maya Troy.
And now it's time for the weather. Next week, we will be seeing highs in the 60s and lows in the 30s. Be sure to have your jackets, Mustangs. It's going to be partially cloudy almost all week.
Today's quote shines a light on this month's I Care value of integrity. Scott Hamilton, an Olympic gold medalist in figure skating, shared, "The high road is always respected. Honesty and integrity are always rewarded."
Ready for some laughs? It's time for Joke of the Day. What is Rain's favorite accessory? A rainbow.
On this day in history, in 1837, Michigan became the 26th state.
This event gives FSA high school students the chance to win hundreds of dollars for being confident and outspoken. While the topics for each Mustang Talks differ, the objective remains the same. Create and present a speech based on your unique interpretations. Let's go to Mustang News reporter Saba Faisal for an in-depth look at what participation in the talks mean to everyone involved.
Public speaking. Whether you're a star member on the debate team, a student with an upcoming presentation, or simply someone engaged in a conversation, everyone has to do it. But not everyone gets an opportunity to showcase their way with words in a way like this.
Based off of TED Talks, the Mustang Talks, now in its 4th year, allows high school students to give short speeches and presentations. Each year, the talks take on a central theme, which students can interpret to create speeches on topics that are meaningful to them. In years past and present, Mustang Talks entertained speakers of all high school levels, all of whom brought unique and diverse perspectives on the underlying topic. But what motivated these students to participate, and how did their participation affect them? Let's hear from a few past speakers.
I mean, I've always kind of liked public speaking, and I would also get to talk about something that I was passionate about. So it made me realize what exactly I valued about the thing I chose as my passion project. And it also gave me some experience coming up with values and deeper meanings for activities, which really helped with college applications.
Due to Mustang Talks, I've been able to not only experiment with coming up new speeches or discussions, but I can also put those public speaking skills into practice with competitions in debate and mock trial.
I myself participated twice, driven by my desire to get better at addressing crowds. The Mustang Talks not only helped me in that regard, but also in identifying the aspects of an effective speaker. Alumni Fatima shares a similar sentiment.
She says, "My participation in Mustang Talks was impactful, as it strengthened my confidence in my own public speaking skills and helped me learn how to be more comfortable being vulnerable." As Mustang Talks continues to flourish, it brings in a new wave of speakers, drawn in by past participants and their stories. With these new voices come new ideas regarding various facets of speech giving. Let's now hear from some of them as they share their motivations and innovations.
The Mustang Talks are about a school and life balance. I really wanted to take a different approach from what the average person would think about that. And I think through my speech, I have accomplished that, and I'm very excited to be able to talk to you guys.
Kind of our idea is around a project that both of us do. We thought of the idea for the talk itself together, so it made sense to do it together.
Not only that, but we're incorporating that as a point in our presentation. So a lot of it is going to be about different outlets for mental health, and we consider our friends and each other outlets for mental health, and that was definitely a part of it.
But why the ever-growing interest? On that note, Miss Oliver, one of the founders of this program, shares why she believes these talks continue to be a compelling outlet for student voices.
I think students who participate learn a lot that you can't really learn in another club or anything that we offer. There's nothing where you're kind of independently speaking. So writing skills, kind of ability to express emotion, and then ability to go up there and speak to people is a win no matter how it turns out.
So, stick around for Tuesday, January 30th, when this year's 5 public speakers will take the stage, and we will bring you the top winners in the next episode. For Mustang News, I am Saba Faisal.
Just a reminder, Mustangs, that it is time to create your 2 custom yearbook pages. Customizing your yearbook pages allows you to never forget your memories by keeping them in a book. The deadline for custom pages is March 15th, however, the date is rapidly approaching, so be sure to create them now. Thanks for joining us for this edition of Mustang News, and don't forget to subscribe to FSA's YouTube channel. I'm Allison Tye.
And I am Carson Wheeler, reminding you to stay safe and healthy, Mustangs. Not to mention, stay warm this week, and remember that when we, you, and I care, we are always #stronger together.